Hello everyone. Today we will try to solve the practicals of lesson 6 on GANs. So I already run the Jupyter Notebook, what we did during the course. This is the dataset, the simple GAN architecture with a generator, very simple architecture, producing a point in 2D. The discriminator taking a point in 2D and trying to predict whether it's a fake or a real one. This is the training loop with the learning rate, which is the right one if you want. So you see that it does converge, as we saw in the course. It produces points which follow more or less the distribution of the initial initial dataset. So now we will deal with the conditional GAN architecture. So in addition to the points in 2D, I have a color, black or white, corresponding to a label if you want. So I'm not anymore in an unsupervised setting. I'm using the labels of the point in addition to the position of the point in the 2D space. So this induces a modification both for the generator and the discriminator. So the generator is here, and you see that now it's taking an input which is again the Gaussian vector plus a one-hot encoding of the label, the one-hot encoding of the color. The first thing we are doing here is concatenating this twin piece of information, and then we are passing it to the same kind of network as before. So this is just a linear layer, but now the input dimension is modified with this relay activation, and then I'm producing a vector in 2D. For the discriminator, now I'm making also a small modification. I'm taking a 2D point in the Euclidean space plus a label, concatenating this and passing it through my discriminator. And now the task of my discriminator is given a point in 2D plus its label, whether it's a fake or real one. So again, I modify slightly the architecture just by changing the size of the input of my discriminator. So I still have so this CG is for conditional generator, conditional discriminator. So now the conditional generator is doing what? It's taking randomness through the Gaussian vector and the one-hot encoding of the label, and it's trying to produce a point which belongs either to this half moon if the label is black, or to this half moon if the label is white. The discriminator is taking as input a point in the 2D space plus a color and trying to predict whether it's from the dataset or not. So in particular, if you give the discriminator a point in this range of the Euclidean space but with a color which is black, it will detect that it's a fake one. So you are giving more power both to the generator and the discriminator. Okay, so your task here was to modify the training loop, and for this I gave this hint about one-hot encoding. So this is written here. So the question is how to convert int into a one-hot format. So let's see what this is doing. Okay, so it looks like it's doing exactly what we want. The first y vector here, it's producing random numbers of the size batch size 1, so this column vector with random number between 0 and 9 because the number of digits is 10. And then the one-hot version, I'm first creating a float tensor of batch size times the number of digits. Okay, putting zeros everywhere, and now scatter. So what is scatter doing? This is where the magic seems to come. So scatter, dim, index, source. Write all value from the source into self, and this is in the index tensor for each value. Okay. So this first one is for the dimension. So I will put in dimension 1, not dimension 0. So along this dimension. This y is the index. Sorry. The index. And this one is the value I will put at this given at the index. So on each line, because dimension 1, I will put a 1 exactly at position y, given by the y. So at position 0, 0, 0, 5, and 7. So this is why it's working like this. Okay. So it's exactly what we need to do here. So improving D. For improving D, I will need to create a fake batch through the generator. Actually, I can. But now, here I will need to add labels. Okay, so let's start labels. So I'm reproducing exactly this line over at the top here. Long tensor. So now it's batch size, yes. 1. Random. Label dim. Label dim. Okay, so this is producing my set of index. Now I need to do the one hot. So I will reproduce exactly this. Torch, float, tensor, batch size. With zeros. Now I'm using scatter. Exactly 1 because the first dimension is a batch size. Label on 1. And I need to put this on the device. Now the fake batch. Okay, I have to be careful now. I think it's conditional generator z label 1 hot. So this. This is conditional GAN. Label 1 hot. Okay. We can try if this. Oops. If this is working. Okay, it looks like it's working fine. So now I need to do the same thing, but on Real. So on Real I have the labels which are here, so I need to just put them into one hot version. So I can reproduce exactly this actually. And here it's so let's see what is real page label. Yes. So is this working? Yes, because you see the Y here is 5-1 and this is a line instead of a vector. Okay, so I have to squeeze one. Yeah, it seems to work. So let's change this. And squeeze one. So I'm adding a dummy dimension. Now here I'm using conditional GAN discriminator and label one hot. So this should work. Okay, so I can oops. Now I can do the same thing for improving G. So the first, I need to just compute this current fake. So this is this part. And it should work. Okay, so now it's time to test. It's taking a little while. I'm putting the code here so that you can have a look at it while it's training. I did not modify the loss part here because I'm exactly in the same framework as for the initial GAN. The discriminator and the generator are competing, but both of them have more additional information as input. So given by the label, in addition to the Gaussian vector for the generator and in addition to the position in the 2D space for the discriminator. Still training. Okay. So it looks like it. I could have trained it for a bit less, but okay, you see that I have a very good fit to the data point with two colors for my real dataset, and in pink and yellow and black and white for the generated point. So now we'll deal with the InfoGAN setting. So we are back in unsupervised setting, but we are giving additional information to the network, telling the network that there are two clusters, so two different set of points. So there are two labels, but we don't give the labels to the network. So what we will do here is for the generator, we will use exactly the same structure as before. So take Gaussian vector plus a one hot encoding of a label, and we will generate a point in the 2D space. So this is possible because for the generator, when for example when I'm improving the generator here, I'm just creating a fake label, so random ones, in order to create a new point. What is not possible anymore here is for the discriminator to take as input the one hot encoding on the real one, so this part. But this part is still okay. So what we will do here is discriminator will not take as input the label, because you do not have access to the label on the real data, but it will instead try to produce an estimation of the label, and this task will only be possible on the fake data generated by your generator. So now I have modified slightly the architecture of the discriminator. So there is only one input, which is a 2D point, so this is why you have a 2 here. But now you see that I'm producing both an output, which is exactly the same as before. So I'm trying to predict whether the input is part of the dataset or it's a fake point, and an estimation of the label. And now we can learn also this part, because on the fake data point we know which label was used in order to generate them. So this is how you will learn this part, but of course on the real dataset you have no way to learn the estimated label. So you will do it only on the fake part. So now we need to modify it. So this is now relatively easy. So let's try to copy and paste and modify the code from here. So this part is okay for the fake batch, so I have to be careful to use the new Discord fake, and here I have no more label, but I have something estimated and fake. Okay, now I can erase, and it's not the conditional. You can erase these two lines because I'm not using on the Discord Unreal. This will not be used. Okay, so the generator is still taking a one-hot encoding, so this should be fine. It will produce an error because of this, but oops, I probably didn't. Yes, it's okay. So now, okay, I need to compute the loss. So the first one, I can probably copy and paste this. So the first term, I will not modify it, because this is exactly the same thing as before. This is my estimate of being fake or real. So let's first modify okay, but in order to improve D, I need to use this estimated label on fake. Okay, and I introduce a BCE loss here, which should be used for the binary classification of the label. So this loss, I will add something, which is the loss function, which is BCE loss of estimated label and the true label are label, and they are not put onto the device. Okay, one problem. Okay, this is problem of casting here. So it's expecting a float. Yeah, and not an int. So here I'm adding a BCE loss over there. So remember that for GANs, so I'm in a setting where I'm trying to improve the discriminator. So the learning of D is this loss over there, which is exactly, sorry, which is exactly this term over there. And now I'm trying also to learn the estimated level, so this is the BCE loss here. So it should work. Now I need to do the same thing for improving the generator. So I need to create a fake batch. This is, I should have taken these two. Now the loss for the generator is what? Okay, let me copy and paste this and try to modify it. Discord and fake. Here, lost background. It's good. So this is exactly what we had before, and now I can also use the estimated label on fake. So I will add something which is exactly indeed this. So then there is a question whether you put a minus here. So remember that the learning of the generator, you are trying to maximize the loss of the discriminator. So you might think that it's a good thing to put a minus here, because this will be exactly the minus the loss of the generator, the discriminator. But indeed, here you see that the generator is taking as input Gaussian noise on the label and producing a point in the 2D space. The discriminator is taking a point in the 2D space and trying to predict whether it's fake or real. So on this task, it's competing with the generator. And the second subtask of the discriminator is try to estimate the label. But you see that here, actually, if the discriminator is good, it will also help the generator to create good point with the right label. So there is one task where the generator and the discriminator are competing against each other, like in a GAN. But on the other task, if the discriminator is better at predicting the true label, then the generator will be better at producing fake sample. So they are actually collaborating on this. So this is why I'm not putting a minus here, and we'll see if it works, because there are two separate tasks for the discriminator now. One where it's competing like in a standard GAN architecture with the generator, and the better the discriminator get at discriminating fake from real, the better the generator will be at creating fake and real. But for the estimation of the label, clearly, if the discriminator is good, it means that so it's able to achieve a good performance. It means that the generator is actually using this additional information in the right way. So on this subtask, both the generator and the discriminator have the same incentives, if you want. So they are aligned. So this is why, for this part of the loss, both the discriminator and the generator will try to minimize it. Okay, so I noticed that I forgot actually this small underscore here in my training, my first training, so it did not converge. Well, it did converge, but without making the right prediction. So I added this, and I did run a training for 1000 epoch. I didn't change the parameter. I obtained this, and now I obtain this stuff, which is not the best case that I obtained so far. You see, it's cutting the dataset around this line instead of doing two proper things. Okay, That's it for today. Thank you.